"Leave and never return," my parents said to my 8-year-old and me during Christmas dinner, 5 minutes later. Part 1, the night that broke everything. The smell of roasted turkey filled the house long before the guests arrived. Cinnamon candles burned on every table, red ribbons wrapped around the stair rails. A glowing Christmas tree stood in the corner of the living room, covered in golden lights and glass ornaments my mother had collected for years. From the outside, our house looked perfect. Inside, it was cracking. I stood in the kitchen holding a bowl of mashed potatoes, trying to keep my hands from shaking. My son, Daniel, sat at the dining table swinging his small legs back and forth, humming Jingle Bells to himself. He was 8 years old. He still believed Christmas fixed everything. I used to believe that too. "Make sure he doesn't touch anything," my mother whispered sharply as she passed me. "He always spills." Her words weren't loud, but they were sharp enough to cut. "He's careful," I said quietly. She didn't respond. She just straightened the silverware for the 3rd time. My father walked in from the hallway adjusting his tie. "Are they here yet?" he asked. "Not yet," my mother replied. "But when they are, I want everything to look respectable." Respectable. That word again. I knew what it meant. It meant, don't mention the divorce. Don't mention the job I lost. Don't mention the fact that I had moved back into my childhood bedroom with my son because I had nowhere else to go. And most importantly, don't embarrass them. Daniel jumped off his chair and ran to me. "Mom, can I put the star on the tree again? Just one more time." "You already did, sweetheart." "But I like doing it." Before I could answer, my father turned toward us. "Sit down, Daniel," he said firmly. "This isn't a playground." Daniel froze. He slowly walked back to his chair. The doorbell rang. My mother inhaled deeply, pasted on her perfect smile, and opened the door. My aunt and uncle stepped inside, followed by my cousin and his wife. Laughter filled the room. Hugs were exchanged. But when it came to me, the hugs were shorter. When it came to Daniel, they were polite. Dinner began with forced cheer. Wine glasses clinked, plates were passed, compliments were made about the food. Then the questions started. "So," my uncle said, slicing into the turkey, "have you figured out your situation yet?" The room quieted slightly. "My situation?" I asked. "Work, housing, stability, long-term plans." I felt my face warm. "I've been applying. I have interviews next month." My cousin gave a small smirk. "Next month, that's optimistic." Daniel looked at me. He could sense the tension. My mother jumped in. "We're helping her get back on her feet, of course." Helping. It didn't feel like help. It felt like surveillance. Like every move I made was being evaluated. My father cleared his throat. "It's just temporary. We didn't raise our daughter to be dependent." There it was. Dependent. As if leaving a cheating husband and protecting my child was weakness. As if rebuilding from nothing was laziness. Daniel suddenly spoke up. "My mom is the strongest person I know." The table went silent. My cousin laughed lightly. "That's cute." But Daniel wasn't smiling. "She left Dad because he was mean," he said, "and she said we deserve better." My mother's fork clattered against her plate. "That's enough," she said quickly. But it wasn't enough. Because something inside me was already shaking loose. My father's face turned red. "We do not discuss private matters at the dinner table." "He asked," Daniel said softly. "He didn't mean that," my aunt interrupted. The air felt thick, heavy. I leaned down toward my son. "It's okay, eat your food." But the damage had been done. My father stood up. "This is exactly what I was afraid of," he said. "Drama every time." I felt something rise in my chest. "Drama," I repeated. "Yes," he snapped. "You move back into our home, bring your baggage, and now our grandson is airing dirty laundry in front of guests." "He's 8, I said quietly. "And you're 32, he shot back. "Act like it." My mother stood too. "We opened our home to you. The least you can do is keep things appropriate." Appropriate. Like pretending my ex-husband hadn't screamed at us for years. Like pretending I hadn't worked 2 jobs before losing one during layoffs. Like pretending I wasn't doing everything I could. Daniel's small hand slipped into mine under the table. My father's voice grew colder. "If you cannot maintain respect in this house." He paused, and then he said the words that split my life in two. "Then leave, and don't come back." The room went silent. My ears rang. "Dad," I whispered. "I mean it," he said. "We will not be humiliated in our own home." Daniel looked up at me. "Are we in trouble?" 5 minutes. That's all it took. 5 minutes between normal dinner and exile. My mother crossed her arms. Maybe some space would be good for everyone. Space. On Christmas. In winter. With nowhere to go. I swallowed hard. "You're asking us to leave, tonight." "Yes," my father said. The finality in his voice felt like a door slamming shut. My aunt tried to speak, but my mother shook her head slightly. No one defended us. Not one person. Daniel's grip tightened. "Mom." I stood slowly. My legs felt weak, but my voice didn't. "Okay." The word shocked even me. "Okay," my father repeated. "You want us to leave, we'll leave." My mother blinked. "Don't be dramatic." "I'm not," I said calmly. "You said leave and never return." Daniel slid off his chair. "Are we going home?" he asked. I forced a smile. "Yes, we're going home." The problem was, we didn't have one. I walked upstairs to our room. The Christmas lights outside blinked cheerfully as if nothing had happened. Inside, I pulled out our small suitcase. Daniel sat on the bed quietly. "Did I do something wrong?" he asked. The question nearly broke me. "No," I said firmly. "You did nothing wrong, you told the truth." "Grandpa doesn't like the truth." I paused. Sometimes people don't like being reminded of it. He nodded slowly, absorbing that. We packed quickly. Clothes, toothbrushes, the small stuffed reindeer he slept with. I looked around the room that used to be mine. Posters were gone, childhood trophies boxed up. It wasn't my room anymore. It wasn't my home anymore. Downstairs, the sound of silverware and forced conversation resumed. As if we were already erased. I carried the suitcase down the stairs. My father didn't look at me. My mother avoided my eyes. Daniel waved softly. "Merry Christmas," he said. No one answered. We stepped outside into the freezing night. The cold air hit my lungs sharply. The front door closed behind us. And just like that, we were alone. Daniel looked up at me, his breath visible in the air. "Where are we going?" I stared at the driveway. At the snow beginning to fall. At the house that once felt safe. And I realized something. 5 minutes earlier, I had been humiliated. But now I felt something else. Freedom. Painful, terrifying, uncertain. But freedom. I knelt in front of Daniel. "Do you trust me?" I asked. "With everything," he said. That was the moment I made a promise to myself. We would never beg to be loved. We would never shrink to make others comfortable. We would build something better. Something real. Even if we had to start with nothing. I grabbed my phone. One number came to mind. A woman I hadn't spoken to in months. An old colleague. Someone who once told me, "If you ever need help, call me." I hesitated only a second. Then I pressed dial. The phone rang. Once. Twice. 3 times. Then a voice answered. "Hello." "Hi," I said, trying not to cry. "It's me. I need a favor." There was a pause. And then, tell me where you are. Behind us, inside the glowing house, laughter erupted again. As if nothing had happened. But everything had changed. Because 5 minutes after they told us to leave and never return. They had no idea what they had just lost. And I had no idea what we were about to become.